And I had a homie, he was like a big Scooter fan. And he was like, yo, we finna ride to this Young Scooter show. We had to drive, take a long type of drive. So I was like, I bet. So on the way there, he playing a CD. They kind of fired his turn. Oh, look at this. He's like, yo, these the Migos. They from North Side of On the back of the CD, it was like DJ Ray G. So I was like, I know this Ray G. Let me call him. He called and said, yo, you working with the Migos cats? I need to get in the studio with them like ASAP. They is fire. He's like, hell yeah, we're gonna put it together. That night, I was already going to a club to go hand out some more CDs at Mansion of Lawn. And when I got there, I seen Ray G and I seen the Migos. I was like, oh, I just heard y'all last night. I'm trying to dance up. I was like, all right, let's do it. I think like 2 days later, me and Quay did like a song. And I was like, might as well do like a whole mixtape.
Let's go.
And that's how it started.
Let's get high, yeah, you know I'm about to roll. Let's get please, yeah, you know I gotta pull. Let's get life, yeah, once I'm about to turn up. Get fly, oh for sure it's about to go up. Let's get high, yeah, you know I'm about to roll. Let's get please, yeah, you know I gotta pull. Let's get life, yeah, once I'm about to turn up. Get fly, oh for sure it's about to go up. Roll my blunt and pass my lighter.
We're back. Thank you guys for tapping in. Thank you for being a part of the channel. If you're new here, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button. It's okay. I promise. It's okay. It's not weird or anything over here. We don't be screaming and yelling at the screen and spitting at our phones and stuff because we're so irate. We be kicking it. As you can see, we be kicking it over here. Anyways, I want to shout out. I'm using my phone right now, so I can't see who all contributed to the cause, but I want to thank you guys. We met the goal. Thank you guys so much. What I want to do is speak about this Rich the Kid situation, QC and QCP, Coach K and all of that. It's kind of hard to tell my story without him being a part and vice versa. We all came up together and he's going to give you a little bit of the rundown of how everything happened. When you hear Rich the Kid, Migos, all that type stuff, that patent stutter, speed up, slow, and the beat cuts and all of those things, the layering of the vocals, the auto-tune, that everything is done by my blood little brother. So what happened was 1017 Polo Club, 1017 Thug, my little brother, Gucci Man, a dude, Roulette 1017. We were all messing with Gucci. And like Rich said, he heard the Migos. So when he heard them, he's like, bro, we got to do a song. We got to do this and we got to do that. And it turned into us living in a studio in Atlanta, QC studio. It was that serious. But my little brother came in the picture because he was with the 1017 then. And they loved the sound. They wanted that sound. Gucci was getting locked up. So why not do something to keep these guys moving and generating some revenue? P's a grimy dude, in my opinion. Grimy dude. Grimy. Let's check out how.
When I got signed, I was signed to 300 ENT and I was signed to QC Records.
Right.
And then, so I had to, buy my way out. So I ain't never had no hit, so it's hard to get a lot of money from a label when you had no streams. So I had to pay QC $500,000 and I had to give 300,000. Plus I had to get paid myself. So you can imagine I had a big deal signing my first deal.
So you get the deal from Interscope, and out of that money you had to pay off QC and 300.
And I had to get paid.
And you had to still take some money home for yourself.
Yeah, because at the time I was signed with QC and I asked P to do my thing. And he's like, I need 500,000. And at the time I didn't have $5,000.
Right.
You know.
Let alone 500.
No, so I went on my phone and I called everybody from every label that I had on my phone.
Right.
You know, and thank God I found one person, Manny Smith. And shout out to Manny. He's like, yo, come to the office. You know, and then shit.
It's history.
God did the rest.
I'm gonna be real, man. I'm gonna be real. Rich didn't get signed to QC for nearly as much as he had to pay to get off the label. And that's why bro P was so grimy, bro. Super grimy. But the thing is, when we were selling our souls for this label, we just looked at it as chasing our dreams. We looked at ourselves as lucky, fortunate, and everything else. So what came with it, we took it on head on, period. No matter if it was street stuff or just grinding it out, we stuck to it. I sat there plenty of times and seen guys get signed to one song deals and all kind of stuff, but it'd be like a few $1,000, a necklace and stuff like that, stuff that he could easily write off. I've never seen, while Rich was on QC with us, I've never seen anything happen for that man to where he had to pay back this label $500K just to get out the deal. Come on, man. It was it was to the point where me, Rich, and Takeoff, we would go in on active drinks, read between the lines. That's slow up. Yeah, slow po, slow up, double cup. And back then it was only 50 a line. We were going in on it. We would sneak out the studio and we would go to the north side and we would come back and we would be up all night making music. We did No Labels 1, 2, and 3 days over BET Awards weekend. And then when we recorded, Rich got a song, one of his hottest songs for real, Trap House Jumping Like Jordan. We yeah, I just don't see what this man did to warrant $500K to get out of a deal. Come on, man. That's how grimy these companies are. And a lot of people like to say, oh, well, that's why I signed with this person to that person. It be your own people. It be your own people. P still owes me from keeping that company afloat. And he knows what I'm talking about when Atlanta PD circled that studio and I rolled off what kept that man free. With what kept that man free. But let's continue.
Where do you think you might have messed up? Like, what things do you regret in this journey?
Arguing with the labels, you know what I'm saying? Getting into it with them, because, bro, they them folks, man, them folks don't play.
Wait, that's your biggest regret?
Okay.
That's one of my biggest regrets. Yeah, for sure. Arguing with them, getting into it with these folks, yo, get blackballed for real. That shit is not a joke.
Right. Nah, it's not a joke.
That shit is not a joke.
Right.
That shit is not a joke.
Yeah.
This shit is not a game when you come with them. They spend money to bring your name down. They will.
Yeah.
They will spend money.
They will market it down.
Alright, so what's your first moment that you was disgruntled? Was it at Interscope?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, so tell us what happened.
Well, he didn't feel he was getting the same level of attention as the head, whatever the main.
And look, I'm sorry for this. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, no problem.
My bad, y'all. I was tripping. I don't know what I was sipping that day. You feel me?
You saying it to them?
But yeah, for sure. Hell yeah.
Right.
I don't want no problem with none of these folks, man. Hell no. But like, yeah, I was tripping, whatever. I got on Twitter and I posted one of their numbers. Like, tell them stop playing with me and drop my song. They better do this. I was wilding. You know what I'm saying? And I started, bro, I was tripping. And I was wilding out, bro. I was upset. I was furious. I feel like this is my music.
That's not that terrible.
Yeah,
bro. I mean, I get it. It's bad, but it's not terrible.
It's not terrible.
But they can change their number.
Yeah, but
like I don't think you gotta be that sorry about it.
You come on the CEO of a label now.
Oh wait, the CEO ain't say that. You ain't say the CEO. I thought it was an A&R or some shit.
Oh hell no, bro. This shit not a game for them. You know what I'm saying?
CEO don't want to change his number.
Yeah, no, for sure. And it's like, bro, like I said, I was just young and stupid, just fresh. I'm damn near fresh out the Porsche. I'm not signed. I never been signed to no label. I'm not playing by my music. I stood in front of the clubs, handing out these CDs. I went to every club. I went to one club, to another club, to another club. Rode on the train. I ain't have no money to get home after that. So, and then I'm just signing to you, putting my music in your hands, and then you telling me I can't do this, I can't do that. This has to be then. This, I'm like, what the man? What is going on? You know what I'm saying? But that's business.
I'm gonna be real. I feel like he didn't want to say one person's name, and I understand why. He's already went through the blackballing, the being ostracized, and all of that stuff. I feel like it started at QC. Quavo used to hate on Rich. Takeoff was fair. Like, Takeoff never exercised any ill will toward anybody. He never voiced it. You never seen any frustration or aggressiveness come out of him. Like, he got along with everybody. Takeoff, or Offset even vibed with him. It was always Quavo. Like, it was Quavo. Quavo didn't want nobody getting close to DJ Ray G or nothing at all. You would have thought that Quavo bought that studio. For real, for real. But when he speaks about being blackballed, and this is just my opinion, everything's allegedly, I feel like he's speaking about partially QC and 300. Being specific, Cohen of 300. If you guys don't recall, there was a time, I want to say maybe 2017, 18-ish, there was a time where that whole collective couldn't drop music. Young Thug, Migos, Rich, and it was somebody else. But things were frozen. They were frozen. When he said these companies don't play, they'll spend money to bring your name down, it makes me think about Kendrick and Drake, how they're on the same label. How Drake was allegedly taking his company to court, suing for certain things, and he basically sued because he feel like they gave Kendrick the okay to put smut on his name, like to bring his value down. A lot of people said that they tried to bring his value down so that when they went to re-sign him, it'd be a lot cheaper. They could offer way less. That's the thing. That's the thing. And Rich really needs to be careful in these interviews how much he says about what he went through also, because he's still very well much in it. And a lot of people don't know Rich, but a lot of people do. And bro was really ahead of his time, for real, for real. I'm very thankful for Rich. If he didn't hop in that car that night and chop it with his homeboy, go find Amigos and do all of that, probably wouldn't even be Amigos. We'd all still be up under Gucci Mane. Put that in perspective. Rich was a hell of a playmaker. He's a hell of a playmaker. Like, bro is like one of the top finessers in Atlanta. And he really did put the footwork in with the CDs and standing outside of venues he had nothing to do with, pushing his product and getting his name out there. And at that time in the game, it was different. Those were things that you had to do. It was just a part of the game if you really wanted it. Rich made a way for me, Skipper the Flipper, my brother, the Migos, Thug, and a lot more. And I feel like he doesn't get the credit that he really should. But he was blackballed. He was. And Rich, he did have those temper tantrum mood swings, especially when we weren't active. We all did. I'm not gonna lie. Like, if we didn't have certain things in that studio, you better walk light. Especially if you weren't an insider, you weren't in the circle. Real talk. Between me and Duke and Skip, yeah, let's just continue.
All right, so I was signed to QC and I was signed to 300, right?
Okay.
And then I wanted like out of QC, and then the CEO was like, yo, I need 500,000, right? And I'm like, shit, at this time I didn't even have $5,000. But I know I got these contacts, right? So what I did was I called every single record label that was in the phone. One person answered the phone was Manny Smith, who worked at Interscope. He like, yo, I'm like, I got a mixtape. I'm trying to drop it. It's done right now. He's like, all right, come up to Interscope and play me the music. So I went to Interscope. I played the music for somebody who I thought was Manny. And then Manny came in the room. I'm like, damn, I thought you was Manny. He's like, nah.
He faked it on you? Somebody faked it on you?
Nah, he ain't faking, but damn, I never met him. But, you know, so boom, I was like, shit, right now I need like 500,000 so I can get out this deal. I'm signed to QC. And he was like, shit, I'm gonna see if I can make that work, but I'm gonna need more than 500,000 because I got $5,000 right now. I'm trying to damn make it happen. So I gave him the music. He called me back in like 2 weeks. He's like, yeah, that money you asked for, I got it. I was like, word? He's like, yeah. But I was like, damn, I forgot to tell you, I'm also signed to 300 ENT. So they want another 300,000 too. So the money that you say you got me, I need another 300. Then he went back and then he came back and said, all right, I got it. I was like, what the
fuck going on?
All right. So then it was crazy at the time. I didn't even have no hit records. Like, damn. I didn't have like just mixtape type shit. So then before I even signed, right, he had me in the studio at Interscope Studios, and I was in one room, SZA in another room, and then Kendrick was in another room. So one day Kendrick came to my room and he's like, yo, I want to hear some music. I played him 2 songs. Second song was New Freezer, and he was like, yeah, I want to get on this song. But he's like, the other features that you got on there gotta come off. Because I originally had Made in Tokyo and ASAP Ferg on there. So I was like,
He said it for a reason, or it was just...
I guess he just wanted it just to be up in there.
Damn.
Yeah.
Was it like a no-brainer for you? Like, yeah, fuck
This
that.
Kendrick. Fuck you. This Kendrick. This Kendrick right now, bro. Hello.
Because I know, like...
I think I made the best decision.
Shout out to Black Boy Rich. That was Black Boy Rich was his name when not too many people knew of him. Black Boy Rich. But shout out to Rich, real talk. Bro's a good dude. He got a great heart. We all got our little ways about us. As I do, he did, and you two watching, but who doesn't have their little ways? Bro wasn't scared to get out there. He would be out there without no strap, just some CDs, good energy, and he would be out there a lot by himself. You heard him say he had a lot of contacts in his phone. He was a networking genius, and he was really easygoing, attentive, and things like that. So you never looked at him like a threat. The thing with Rich, once he sat back and shut up, that's when you had to worry. That's when he was soaking up game or just plotting. And when I say plotting, not just on like a negative level, but ways to get ahead, ways to make everything connect. Rich is really responsible for a lot of that new Atlanta thing. Him and Pee Wee Longway, Gucci, Coach K, and P. The most I'm gonna say about P is bro got some ugly energy, some very dark energy. He doesn't reciprocate positive energy. There was a time we were at their studio and we had about 30 cars on a block off of Memorial, and we were blocking neighbors' parking spots, driveways, and parking in front of their houses, and people playing music, dumping the cigar guts on the ground and everything. 30 to 40 police came. P was so scared. We were in a studio looking on a big monitor, and he was, bro, who got license? Who got license? Who can blah, blah, blah? Man, I need somebody right now. Out of all of these people, only a few had license. But only one said, give me the keys. Give me the phone. It was me. I hopped in that Taurus, and it was when Taurus had the new body. But I hopped in the Taurus and I did what I had to do until the police left. I'm not gonna say what was in that car. The most I'm gonna say is that it wouldn't be a QC. I probably wouldn't even be here talking right now. You wouldn't hear of a lot of the new Atlanta people you heard about if what was in that car got discovered. And it was a bunch. But we gon' leave it there. shout out to you guys for being here. If you made it, say I've made it. And yeah, I'm out. Peace.